Hey you, good morning, buenos dias. My name is Yubi. I'm your astro-friendly Latina therapist, and thanks for joining me on this Sunday special, Café con Tarot. So, you know how the ladies, las señoras, get together Sunday morning, they have their cafecito, their panecito for the day. So I got my coffee here, getting ready to just chat with you and enjoy with you and do a tarot reading just for Sunday, special Sunday. So, let me take a sip of this so we can get started. Today I am going to be using the Wisdom for the Oracle deck. This is a very magical, whimsical deck. I really like the art of it. There's hidden messages in each of the cards, and it's just a really beautiful deck. It's one of my favorite decks. So I'll take out, I'll use that as the overall energy, and then I'll go ahead and read that card to you at the end of the message. And for the actual message itself, I'm still tapping into the Light Zeros Tarot deck. It's one of my favorite tarot. Also for the las fotos, the images, el arte, like it's just gorgeous. I love the storyline that comes from the cards and what stands out for me. What you'll notice if you're entertaining tarot for the first time or just trying to figure out who to listen to, right? There's just so many tarot readers out there nowadays. I doubt there's a therapist. If you find a therapist who's entertaining tarot, please let me know who it is. I would love to do some collaborations with them. You often don't see a therapist openly, tapping into their spirituality in this way, or at least entertaining tarot. But I have found it to be very useful when I work with clients who are open to it. But it helps to make more sense. And so, yeah, please let me know in the comment section if you know of another tarot reader or a therapist who entertains tarot. I would love to do some collaborations with them. But this is just a Sunday message. Para los que les conviene, right? It's for those who it resonates with. And it is a general message. So again, if it doesn't make sense for you, don't force it to make sense. Just take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. If it's just a little part of it, that's okay. Enjoy the reading, listen to it, choose from it, and then grow from it. It's an opportunity to just see, how you can look at something from a different perspective, and then make a choice depending on where you are in your path. So, all right, let's start off with another sip of coffee. Let's just start with another sip of coffee. Mi cafecito con leche. Okay, Wisdom of the Oracle. Here we go. Oh, that was orphaned. Orphaned. What's going on here? Let's look at this card for a minute. I'm going to do 3 cards. Orphaned. Feeling left out in the cold, between worlds, in the middle of some type of transformation. And then the last one, yep, Yang energy, for sure. I mean, look at the contrast of this. Where you were before, where you're headed to. You're in the middle of a transition. You're in the middle. You're in between worlds. We're going to do past, present, future. Past, present, future. Let's see. Feeling orphaned. It's a 5 card. It's like the 5 of Pentacles. Feeling sad. Feeling stuck. There's almost this element of feeling embarrassed. It's making me think of the, look at her. Let me zoom in a little bit. There's like, not a mask, but the ugly duckling, the swan that turns into a swan. There's almost this feeling of embarrassment and sadness, being left out in the cold, trying to find home, trying to find a new home, a new tribe. and then being stuck in between this old version and embracing this lighter new version, right? Between worlds. And then yang energy. This is active energy. This is fire. This is passion. This is the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Wands, right? It's this birthing of something new within you, because it's coming out of, like, you know, the cup energy, the womb. So let's see. Past, present, and future. Let's look at the past. 3 cards for the past, please. Step a Fool. You got the Fool. You had started a new journey. 2 more cards for the past energy. Oh, standing still. 9 of Wands. So the Fool, 9 of Wands, standing still, kind of waiting for that, for something to come in. For the High Priestess, waiting for knowingness, waiting for enlightenment, waiting for your ability to tap into your intuition. There's almost this feeling like you had started this journey, we're waiting for something to come in, your intuition, to strengthen your intuition. And it could have been a journey that you weren't supported on. It could have been a journey that people were not in agreement with. It could have been a journey that you were being judged, ridiculed, teased, made you feel alone. I mean, oftentimes when we're embracing a new path, when we're jumping into the unknown, we're not sure if we're having faith. We're having to trust that what we're doing is the right thing for us. And there's this feeling of having to do it alone, having to stand your ground with what was in alignment with you, knowing that you were waiting for something important. And then the High Priestess, this inner knowingness, this balanced energy of you know, being tapped into the spirit world, and knowing that, look, there's more knowingness. Like, if you look at her eyes, they're shut, but you can see the resemblance of eyes looking at you. So it's, and her third eye is being illuminated. So it's like you knew that this path, walking away from or feeling left out in the cold, right, for taking this path and not knowing where it was going to lead you, only that it led you back to yourself. It led you to be able to tap into your own intuition. So let's look at what's happening right now. Between worlds. You're in the middle of a transition. 3 cards, please. 3 cards. In between worlds. You have 6 of Swords. Yeah. Surrendering to this process. Surrendering. You know, it hasn't been an easy journey. I mean, look at the waves here, the crashing waves, and you've taken your luggage, right? You've taken what you know, and you've surrendered to it, and finding your spark, finding everything that you've been passionate about, and trying different things, right? You've been trying different things that excite you, that lighten you up. One more. So you're in the middle of this journey, and you have found a lot of things that bring you joy, right? You found a lot of things that bring you joy. And the Knight of Swords. So you're definitely rushing towards one of those things, right? You're taking action. You're not wanting to miss out on opportunities. You're not wanting to miss out on opportunities. I mean, you're in between something. Like, look at this. Like, even this element, the way that the in-betweenness is, like, you're in between this journey. You are so in between. You're in it. You're in between this journey. You're of surrendering to the journey and then taking action towards what your heart has discovered it wants. You're in between worlds. You're in between the process of you know, going for what your heart truly desires. I mean, look, there's this element of like the king here, and it's like lighting up. And there's a hummingbird and there's celebration. Like if you look, like there's all of these little details here on the side, the hummingbird and celebration. I mean, let's look up what a hummingbird, the symbolism of a hummingbird. Hummingbird, spiritual meaning. Joy, beauty, love, good luck. It also represents resilience, endurance, and hope through challenging times. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you are in the middle of this journey, and it's almost like you've reclaimed your power from being led into the unknown, right? And surrendering to now taking action. With this passion that has been enlightened in you. So let's look at the future. Yang energy. Let's look at the future. Yeah, and if you look, there's almost this lion. Are you walking towards a Leo? Are you embracing your Leo-ness? There's like a lion face right here in the center, and it's a 1 card. It's a 1 card. And so there's definitely this power. 1 is in numerology is the leader, right? It's a leadership. 3 cards for the future, please. 3 cards for the future. 3 cards for the future para los que les conviene, right? For those who it benefits. Para los que les conviene. 3 cards para los que les conviene. 3 cards, 3 cards. 3 cards for the future. Oh, there's 1. Hanged Man energy, perception, perspective, right? You've learned to change your perspective on things. 2 more, please. 2 more. You've achieved enlightenment. You've definitely achieved enlightenment. 2 more, please, for the future. 2 more for the future. Oh, look. I got 4 cards. I got 4 cards for you. So let's start it off with the Hanged Man. What came next was the 5 of Wands. Practice. This is practice energy. You've been practicing for this moment of this one can come next. The Magician and balance. So a magician is the creator. The magician has everything that they need to create what they're wanting. I mean, if you look, there's even an infinity sign. So it's like they're taking in all of the knowledge, right? And creating something from their heart. And there's even an infinity on there. Let me see if you can see it. So it's like you've become the magician. You've become a creator. You're creating something balanced for yourself. And it's coming out of the passion that you've discovered, the practice. All this journey is all about practicing for that next thing, right? You have gained enlightenment, and you're not just hanging there and not doing anything. I mean, look, she's grabbing her feet. She knows that everything that she has discovered. This enlightenment, this knowledge. I mean, even here you see like these symbols, right? This knowledge of power, of tapping into your intuition. She knows she has to ground it, and she's doing so right here. You're grounding it. You're putting it into action, right? And every step of this journey that you've been on, between worlds, right? This Knight of Swords, the 6, you've surrendered to this journey. They're surrendering. And I mean, if you were to see this, like the top 3, you have, if you're going across, the Fool, right? Where you're surrendering, a different type of surrender. It's like, this one's like hopeful, faithful. This one's like, oh my gosh, this journey has been tough. And then this other type of surrender where it's like you've gained enlightenment, upside down, right? These 2 have been right side up. This one is like a faithful jumping, like a fool. The Fool is like, I don't need much. I'm just jumping in, right? There's this knowing that you're jumping in. And then once you're in it, it's like, oh, snap. Like this has been a rough road. And then there's this knowing that any type of surrender where you put yourself in another position, you're intentionally putting yourself, a hanged man is intentionally putting themselves upside down to gain awareness, to gain a different type of perspective. And so it's more intentional. It's a knowing that if you were to do this, you're going to gain something new. So that's just fascinating how those are the first, like right across the road, right? The contrast, the difference with that. And so that's just, I think it's just great. There's just this fire energy, this creative energy, this balance, this practice of what you've created. Let's do outcome. 3 cards for the outcome. Three cards for the outcome. I mean, that's just a beautiful outcome within itself. Page of Pentacles, right? Establishing this new chapter, this new finances. So you're gaining finances, happiness. The Knight of Wands, like there's dancing, there's life, it reminds me of the Four of Wands. The Knight of Wands in this deck always reminds me of the Four of Wands because there's 4 wands around her, but it's almost like that's her ¿cómo se llama? Her throne, like, you know. But if you look at the Four of Wands, I'll try to find it, but it's celebration. So that's the vibe that it and one more. 2 of Pentacles, being able to balance what you've known, what the spiritual experience that you've gained from this journey, balancing that and creating your reality, and learning that duality, right? Learning how to do both. Take in the spiritual messages and then grounding it into reality. That's so fun. So that's the message for you all. Yeah, I said I was going to read the oracle, wisdom for the oracle. So let's look at the first one, which was orphaned, the second one, between worlds, and the third, which is yang energy. So the fifth one, orphaned, we got 16. So I'm just going to read the essential meanings for you. So if you look at this card, the meaning is a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. Yeah. So, well, okay, I'll read the oracle message. We were all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressures to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on, right? It makes sense with the storyline of jumping into something new, something that not others may understand, that it's the right thing for you. So the next one, between worlds. Between worlds. Let's look at this one. The essential meaning, transitions. Not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. So the oracle message, between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child, glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. So in between worlds. And now we have yang energy. Number 1. The essential meaning for this one. The masculine principle of movement, and creative activity. The power to make things happen. Taking action. The Oracle's message, Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now, right? Similar to this magician. You know exactly what you're creating, the practice that you've done, the enlightenment that you've achieved with this process. Like you have jumped into a new portal. You're in between worlds right now. What is coming for you is what you have created, what you know, that leap of faith that you stepped into. And navigating this journey, surrendering and trusting the process, you're going to get your reward for sure. You've reclaimed your power. You've reclaimed, this is action, right? The manifestation of what you've done, the work, the internal work that you've done. This is the external reward. So congratulations. Thanks for joining Café con Tarot. Part of Tarot might be coming, the Sunday special. I wish you a wonderful Sunday and a great rest of your week. Take care.